I'm Shwina Sarkar, Assistant Professor in Interior Design Department at Inspiria Knowledge Campus, and here we have Mr. Govind Agarwal, and he has 40 years of experience of the industry in Vastu Shastra, and he has been working in the abroad of the industries and the countries like USA, Canada, UK and many more. And he had been interviewed by BBC channel in 1995 also. So hello sir, welcome to the Inspiria Knowledge Campus.
Thank you very much, Professor Sumina.
Yes,
and
sir.
I thank you as well as I thank Inspiria College also for choosing me to say something on this subject.
Welcome sir. Sir, could you explain us what Vastu Shastra is and how it can help in our daily life?
See, Vastu Shastra is a very simple science. It is a science which guides you to live in harmony with nature. How? Because it has certain guidelines. There are certain guidelines given in Vastu Shastra that on this Mother Earth there are 5 great elements those are called Pancha Mahabhuta Tattva. They are earth, air, fire, water and space. So harmonizing all these 5 great elements into one place is called Vastu. So Vastu is basically a science which tells you to live well, bring prosperity as well as peace of mind, good health, good wealth, everything you need in your life. So Vastu helps here to guide you how to live, how to make your domicile, your dwelling unit, your house or any other business establishment. This is how Vastu helps.
Okay sir.
It is and also it is a very ancient Indian science. It originated from our Vedas. Our ancient sages only they wrote this science. So it is nothing new. But unfortunately it was hidden within the cellars or cells of these old Maharajas and old kings in India who used to confine it for use for themselves only. They did not permit it to be used for the civil society at large. It was only in the late 60s that some of the old Pandits of this Vidya, Vastu Vidya, they dared to come out of their village. They approached the civilians and this way gradually it came out of the clutches of these kings and queens of our ancient India. So it was only confined to be used for palaces, their fort and fortresses or some temples, and those also basically in southern part of India. So Andhra Pradesh as well as Kerala, Karnataka, those were the regions where this was basically populated and it was confined. So in the people in northern India never got a chance before early 70s or late 70s to get introduced to this science.
Vastu, yes sir.
So
Okay, sir.
Fortunately I met one of those Pandits in 1973. While I was doing my studies in Delhi, I came across him and I was very much impressed by him. He was an original exponent of Vastu. I was amazed at his knowledge. I fell for this science because of that gentleman. He is no more now. His name was late Mr. Satyanarayan Siddhante.
Okay.
So basic knowledge I acquired from him for about 12 years.
Okay.
Then he died in 85 and later on I came across certain other people also, and but they were not as good as Mr. Siddhante was.
Okay.
So I did not follow them much and I kept quiet because people did not used to believe about Vastu. They had not heard the word Vastu. So they were amazed, what is Vastu, how come a door change can help bring prosperity to me. So they were very reluctant to follow Vastu. It was only after certain industries came up in India, which were designed on the basic principles of Vastu, and they started doing well. From the beginning itself, that people started believing this science, and it became gradually popular.
Yes, sir. So, sir, we'd like to know that we came to know you are the one of the pioneer of the Vastu Shastra in India. So, sir, how is it collaborating with the interior design or any kind of inner design of our houses?
Yeah. As I said earlier, people had never heard the word Vastu, so they were very reluctant to believe, and they had no knowledge about Vastu, what is Vastu science. So when it started gaining popularity, then the architects and the interior designers, because it is directly related with their work. Vastu is, what is Vastu? Vastu is a basic, you're designing the place according to Hindu science of architecture. You have learnt, the architects have learnt modern architecture, but it is basically old ancient Hindu science of architecture. So things are same, it only guides you where to make what. You design according to the modern science, you design keeping in mind certain conveniences of the owner of the property or the requirement of the technical process which is involved in designing a factory or making a product. But in Vastu, it guides you to design the place so that the process is very well designed, the product is very good, the factory or the establishment earns a very good name, and it makes ultimately very good profits. So it helps in all the aspects at one time. So architects and interior designers, they are very well related with this science, their work is very much related. So since it has become very popular nowadays, now architects also have started incorporating certain rules or prescriptions of Vastu into their work. Likewise, the interior designers have also started believing this, following this, the tenets of Vastu, the prescriptions of Vastu, more so because the owner wants to have the whole place designed according to Vastu.
Okay, sir. Sir, what do you think that why people are thinking about the Vastu consultancy not for the houses only, even according for the hospitals, the hotels, even for the factories, the warehouses, why do they feel that they need a Vastu expertise in that?
Yeah, Vastu basically does not make any difference in the nature of business or the activity, what is going to be done in this particular establishment. Vastu is basically, Vastu is applied for the benefit of the mankind. If the person needs a house to dwell in, he needs something to earn from, he needs a business or a factory, or he goes to a school to get education, so the school is constructed. All are directly related to a human being's welfare.
Yes.
So Vastu says that whatever you design, whether it is a residential house or it is a business property or a factory or a school or a hospital or warehouse or any other kind of structure you are making, you should follow the guidelines of Vastu so that you reap the best benefits out of this venture. So the people now have understood that I must design my factory also, because if the factory is wrongly designed, it doesn't run well, it goes into losses. The factory owner is always upset with the progress of the factory because it is not doing well. In my experience, I have seen thousands and thousands of factories which were not running. The family was doomed, the owner was doomed because the Vastu was not right. I have many people have invited me, and I have gone to their factories. I have made changes according to their Vastu in a phased manner, because if there are very large modifications to be done, they cannot be done in one go. So I tell them that in the first stage you do this. These are the most important things. In the second phase, go for this, and in the last phase, go for this. They did, and those factories which were running into losses have come out and doing excellently well today. So this way the word spread from one to another. So in the industrial area the word spreads faster. So people started coming in that, sir, my factory is not doing good. Sir, I am running into losses. I have been suffering from losses for last 10 years, 5 years, 15 years whatsoever. So many of the factories who followed the suggestions, they made the changes, and they are doing well. In certain factories, when I find that the change will not help them because of certain very unique faults in the factory designing, then I tell them, please sell this off and get out of it. Don't waste your time. Life is very precious, so don't waste even a single year. I'm sure that you will not be able to correct this and make any money out of this factory. So many of them believed it, they disposed of. Now they are doing well. In the house also we have to apply Vastu, because it is the place where you live, where you sleep, where you have your family, where you have your children. So when designing a house, in Vastu we consider many things at one time. One is life, longevity. Second is happiness in the house. Third is harmony amongst members of the family. Fourth is good health. Fifth and other things are like having good children having good character. They must be doing good in the education. So we have to take care of everything. Whereas in the factory, the basic aim is that the factory should run well. There is no human element as such. The behavior of the factory, it is not a human being. So we have to consider important things like the product should be good. It must earn a good name in the market. The owner should be very happy with the production, with the sales, with the inflow of money, the sales revenue, the profitability, the labor relations, the human resources and their development. These are the aspects which are mainly considered in factory designing. But house is a complex matter. While designing a house, we have to be very cautious that one single element may harm anybody in the house. So that's why in the education, in the schools and educational institutions also, the main point is that students should get good quality education. The school must earn a very good name in the society. The teachers must be very happy. They must have very good academic knowledge. The knowledge should grow while serving in the school. These are all things which we consider while designing educational institution. So we have different parameters for different organizations.
Yes, sir.
But Vastu is a must. I must say that people must try to follow as much as possible for their welfare, for their well-being.
Okay, sir. Sir, we would like to know what is the job of an interior designer in terms of the Vastu Shastra? See, interior designer designs a space, yes, for the master. Yes. A space, as I said,
has different orientations. The space must either may be facing east,
Yes.
it may be facing south. Now, Vastu is based on certain gods and goddesses.
Yes.
Four directions, four sub-cardinal directions. East, west, north and south are the cardinal directions. Northeast, southwest and northwest and southeast are sub-cardinal directions. And then 45 gods and goddesses, sun being the energizer. So how the sun is energizing the space, and how the gods and goddesses are placed in that premises, which is again dependent upon the facing of the plot, which side is the road. The road decides the character of a place.
Yes.
A place has different characters,
Yes, sir.
different states of life, like we have Balyavastha, Yuvavastha, Vriddhavastha,
Yes.
Rugnavastha. Likewise, the land or the property or the space also has that kind of character or state of life, which when you go into Vastu Shastra you will understand. So, according to the character and the state of the place, the interior designer should start working. First, the orientation of the how and from where he should enter, the people should enter, where should the master's place be. It is not necessary, Ajkal it is popular that the master should sit in the southwest. It is the most common thing which is popular in the modern society. Everybody is now propagating Vastu. I come across a lot of people. So, which is not right, because in some houses or in some offices, the master may get best power in the southwest, but in certain places not. He is very weak there. So, according to the orientation or the character of the plot, we decide that the master should not sit here in southwest. Rather, he should sit in the southeast or sometimes in the northeast too. So, then he should design what kind of nature of business or occupation is going to be there in the office, whether it is a factory oriented office, or it is a production house, or it is a studio, or it is a normal merchant business office or food grain business office. What kind of office is this, and what kind of people are going to be there. So Vastu says that certain people, like the people in the sales department, should sit only in these areas. Certain areas are prevented for their sitting. Likewise, the people who are doing the bank job, going to the bank, drawing money and depositing money, who are dealing with finances of the company, they have been allocated certain other places in the space, which the interior designer should know, or the architect should know. Otherwise, because of ignorance or because of lack of their knowledge about Vastu, the person or the designer designs something which is not right on the parameters of Vastu. So they are making a mistake. Ultimately, who suffers? The owner of the property.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't say that they intentionally do it, but it is because of the ignorance or not the proper knowledge.
Yes.
Because they have not studied Vastu. They have certain basic fundamental knowledge which they have read in the newspapers or the magazines or the TV channels, the so-called reported knowledge they have acquired. So according to that only they are designing. They are master in interior designing. They are masters in architectural knowledge, but they are not in. I am not an architect, so I cannot comment on anything which is related to architecture, and I have no right to make any comment on architecture or interior designing, because that is not my domain. I have some fundamental or basic knowledge of Vastu, and you have called me here to say something on this. So I don't think I am very much competent to speak on the subject. I am still learning.
Yes, sir. Sir, you are serving 40 years to this industry, the Vastu Shastra.
Yeah.
So, sir, we would like to know like what is the biggest challenges and attractions in this industry?
You see, I will answer your second part of your question, the attractions.
Yes, sir.
Because every human being wants to ensure his future.
Yes, sir.
Basically, no one wants to die. Secondly, everyone wants to better his future
Yes.
by acquiring nowadays good money. Everybody is after money, and they want everything best in their life. So to get, reach their goal, they go to different experts like astrologers, they go to Vastu consultants, or they go to some palmist also, that if you can help me, tell me by looking at my palm or my astrological chart or my house in Vastu, how I can achieve good wealth, good income, good health and everything good without hard work. So attraction is this, that people are attracted towards this, and my job is to guide them that don't do this and only do this. What is destined you will get. I can only help you to reach your destiny. I am not God, I cannot change your destiny. So they think that Vastu or these things can change their destiny. It is not right. I cannot change. I can only help you to remove the obstacles in obtaining or reaching your destiny. So the attraction is that opening the eyes of people. I enjoy when I open the eyes of people, or I guide them that you are on the wrong track. Don't do this, don't waste your life, waste your time. You will not be able to do this. Do only this thing and stay quiet and enjoy your life. And the challenges are too many. The science has become so popular that every person on the street is a Vastu consultant today. The challenge is to correct the people who are misguided by them. They are suffering. You see, one more thing I will add here in between is that one wrong decision in Vastu may bring early death, may close your establishment, may put you under huge debts, कर्ज हो जाएंगे, borrowings हो जाएंगे. You may be attacked by certain severe illness, incurable illness, one big fault in the house. So those people who are not well versed with this science, who don't have proper knowledge of this science, are advising people, and they are suffering. In my daily routine practice, lot of people come who have been wrongly advised, and they have suffered and they are still suffering. So after they are suffering 3 or 4 years after that, they come to me that this is the situation, we got advice, we did this and that. Now this whole thing has happened to our family. When I look at it, I am surprised. How come? Why did you were advised to make this? This well should not be here, or the water tank should not be here. Sir, it is advised that it should be in the northeast. I say yes, it should be in the northeast. But in कौन से plot में? In which plot? Not every plot. I said the orientation of the plot is very necessary. If it is north facing, I can have in the northeast. But if it is in the east, I cannot have in the northeast corner. I have to have in the Som Satya Vrish Antariksha Sthan pe, matlab that is in the northern part of the plot. So this distinction between location of the one water tank, everybody thinks that water tank should be in the northeast. Almost all people, they make in the northeast. 30% of them are suffering, 70 are okay. 30% are suffering, they have fire in their house, they have serious illness of their house, because that very northeast water tank is bringing illness in the house. That very northeast water tank, underground water tank, is bringing fire in the house. Because people don't know, people think that fire is only confined to southeast corner of the house. It is not so. Fire is everywhere in all the four corners of the property. It is in the southeast, it is the positive fire. It is in the southwest, it is the negative fire. It is in the northwest, it is positive fire. It is in the northeast, it is negative fire. Fire resides in all the four corners of the property. Which fire you have to utilize for your benefit, you have to understand it. If a water tank, underground water tank, is located in northeast in a plot which Vastu does not prescribe to have a water tank in northeast, will certainly bring fire in the house. One or two persons of the house may get burn injuries, or the property may be either totally or partially destroyed because of fire. So that fire is negative. Water functions as the catalyst.
Yes, sir.
Water is a pancha tattva. Out of the 5 great elements, water is there. So these 5 great elements, I will request people not to play with 5 great elements. You can play with other things. You can put a wall painting here, you can put a painting there, you can put Ganesha here. No problem, it's minor issue. But the great 5 elements, if they are not properly taken care of or designed, the person suffers the whole life.
Yes, sir.
Then he blames his fate कि मेरा किस्मत खराब है, मेरा तो तकदीर में नहीं है. अरे भाई, you consult a Vastu consultant, you change your location of this and see the result in 6 months or 1 year. Give some time for correction and then see the result. I have done lakhs and lakhs of cases in my life. Now I have reached a level where I don't want to practice Vastu of corrections. I don't want to practice correctional Vastu. I want to teach people that आप बेवकूफ़ मत बनिए. आप open your eyes, go to a consultant, don't believe every Tom, Dick and Harry, and take proper advice and do something. Your life will change. You can change your life. So that is the biggest challenge, that everybody has become a consultant and they are spoiling the science. They are earning bad name to this Vastu Shastra. So I am a single person, I cannot change the whole world. I cannot tell the whole people. So I am doing my best to open up eyes of the people.
Yes, sir. So there is a challenge in rectification of this Vastu belief. So I would like to know, sir, is the Vastu Shastra myth or science? What is your opinion?
Number one, it is not a myth.
Yes, sir.
It originated from our ancient Vedas.
Okay, sir.
All the Puranas, Matsya Puran, all these Puranas, they have relevant chapters on Vastu. Our ancient sages like Agastya, Parashar, Atre, Muni, Maya, Vishwakarma and all other sages, they have written this science. They had written Jyotish Shastra, they had written Hastarekha Shastra, they had written Samudrik Shastra, they had written Sanatan Dharma Shastra, they had written Vastu Shastra. If all those Shastras are correct, then how can this be incorrect?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, second part is everybody, you believe that there is some. Why? Because it is rising every day in the east. It is a truth. Everybody knows that sun exists and it runs the whole universe. Vastu Shastra says sun is the basic core factor in designing a house. Sun rises in the east, it spreads its rays and they change the character over time. In the morning, it is very useful for the body. In the afternoon, it is harmful. Again, after the sunset, it becomes cooler, and it is all good for your human body. So, likewise, Vastu, as I said earlier, that it has gods and goddesses. Number one, it is based on 4 directions. So, you have different weathers, rainy weather, cold weather, hot weather, like this. You have Uttarayan and Dakshinayan, as you know. 6 months the sun is in the northern hemisphere, 6 months in the southern hemisphere. So you can test the principles of Vastu on scientific parameters. Very simple example I gave, that sun rises in the east. So the morning sunlight fills your body with freshness and energy. It invigorates your body to do something. You feel very energetic in the morning to work. You run for work. Students go to school, they acquire knowledge, and it is stamped here, it is stored here. And likewise in the winter, Vastu says you make your bedrooms in the southern part of house, because during winter the sun comes towards south. So the southern part of the house is warmer than the northern part. So if you have your bedroom in the southern part, you are warmer. This is science. If you have, when the sun is in the northern part, the southern part is cooler. When we have summers, Australia has winters.
Yes.
You know that? So why? Because the sun is in the northern part of India, or the northern part of the earth during summer, May, June, July. The Australia has winters. So now they will have summers and we are going to have winters. So this movement of sun is purely based on scientific studies. Science has studied the movement of sun. Likewise, our sages also studied the movement of sun, and they described how to make your house so that you are warmer in winter and cooler in summer. Morning sun, they say, put your fire in the southeast corner. That also on the eastern wall, not on the southern wall. On the eastern wall, on the eastern side wall, you must have a cooking counter. You must face east. You must have a window there, so that mornings and cooking is done basically in the morning. In our ancient Indian culture, cooking is done basically in the morning, even for the whole day. So you have morning sunlight is falling on the food. So it is killing the bacteria, it is killing the harmful, whatever it is there in the food. So, and the person is also getting charged with the morning sunlight. So this is how they describe the best benefit of the morning sunlight. So it will enrich your food with nutrients, and you will get also good energy from the sun. They say while sleeping you put your head towards south in Vastu. Why? Because you have 2 poles, North Pole and South Pole. In Vastu, our head is considered North Pole and our feet are considered South Pole. You know, in science, opposite poles attract each other. So if you have your North Pole of your body towards South Pole of the earth, they attract each other. So the energy travels through the body, passes out of the legs and goes to the North Pole. So your body is fully positively charged by the earth. Because while you are asleep, you are not in this world. Other energies invade you. आप सपना देखते हैं. What is that? The other energies, your mental faculties are switched off. Your mental computer is switched off. Now you are roaming in the universe. You see different things in your dreams. You can travel to moon or the Mars 1 lakh times in one night, right? So because you are not in this earth, your body is in this earth, your mind is switched off, your faculties, thinking process is switched off. So other energies invade you, those are called dreams. So you see many things. So when your mental faculties are off, you have no control over your body. Then if you are sleeping with your head towards south, then the electromagnetic current of the earth, your body becomes a conductor, and it travels through your body and goes towards North Pole, charging your body fully. So next day you are fully charged, you do well, you are positively charged.
Yes.
But if you have your head towards north, then your energy is drained out, because the electromagnetic field moves from South Pole to North Pole like this.
Yes.
So become a conductor, don't become a bad conductor. If you have head your towards north, your energies are depleting, you become weaker and weaker. Over few years you will become weaker, and after certain time you will get bedridden, your body will not be able to walk. So always have your head while sleeping either towards south, or the next option is have towards east. If you get morning sun, if you have window behind your head, then open the window in the morning, take the sun, धूप आने दीजिए, हवा आने दीजिए, it will refresh your brain, it will recharge you,
yes.
and you go to your work. So this is how science and Vastu are very much friendly. So Vastu is eco-friendly also. That's it.
Thank you, sir, to enlighten us in this subject, and we came to know how it is important in the industry, and it is important also in the interior design also, and
yeah.
how it plays a great role in yeah. orientation and placing the rooms, furnitures, and not for the homes also, that you have told us,
yeah.
that for the hospitals, for the factories,
yes.
and for the entire thing we can consider Vastu.
Yes.
So thank you sir, for being with us.
So thank you very much, Professor Suhina, and I hope I have been able to explain the basic things of Vastu to you and our viewers. I hope our viewers will would adopt this science into their day-to-day life. It will help them. I am sure that they will get better results and better things in life if they follow this. So I thank again Professor Suhina, and the guys, you must follow Professor Suhina's guidelines and follow your interior designers. Thank you very much.
So this is it for today's session, and we'll be coming back in the next session with a new guest.